Sicilian defense, open, Nahdorf variation, 6.bg5e67.f4nbd78.qf3qc79.000b510.e5. Sudden a close game that was lost by a mistake. White really outplayed black in that one. Both players had an amazing opening. White destroyed black in the middle game. Sharp games are frequently the result of starting with the king's pawn since it dominates the center and frees up the bishop and queen on the light squares. The c-pawn in the Sicilian defense controls the d4 square. Nf3 moves the knight toward the center in anticipation of a pawn push on d4, where it will be ready to retake the piece if black captures on d4. When black eventually plays nf6, white is prevented from moving the piece to e5 by the opening of the light-squared bishop on d6. d4 offers to trade the d-pawn for the c-pawn, giving up a center pawn for more active pieces. Cx d4 gives black two central pawns versus one central pawn for white. Nx d4 recaptures the pawn and activates the knight in return for having one central pawn versus black's two central pawns. Nf6 develops the knight toward the center and attacks the undefended e4 pawn. Nc3 defends the e4 pawn and starts to develop on the queen side. A6 prepares the queenside pawn advance b7 b5, and also prevents white from playing the bishop or knight to b5. bg5 puts immediate threatens the knight on f6, white may castle queenside after developing the queen. e6 controls the important d5 and f5 squares and allows the dark squared bishop to develop to e7. f4 gains space in the center, controls the e5 square, and prepares to develop the queen to f3 behind the f-pawn. nbd7 develops the knight toward the center and defends the knight on f6. qf3 develops the queen to a central square and prepares queenside castling. qc7 develops the queen, unpins the knight on f6 and takes control of the half-open c-file. Queenside castling gets the king out of the center and connects the rooks. b5 takes space on the queenside and prepares to fianchetto the light-squared bishop on b7. e5 attacks the knight, discovers an attack on the a8 rook and gains space in the center. This blocks an attack on a vulnerable rook. This is the only move that works. This is the way to win a pawn. This threatens to win a pawn. This removes a pawn that was threatening to win material. This is the only good move. This protects the attacked pawn. Backs off. Recaptures. This blocks the check from an opposing queen. This is the only move that works. It is the last book move. The best choice is this one. It is ideal. This ignores a better way to recapture a piece. This allows the opponent to create a passed pawn. It is a mistake. That was a truly amazing move. This is the only good move. This took advantage of a mistake and white now has a winning advantage. It is brilliant. This avoids the bishop's check. It is quite good. The pawn is now passed because it can no longer be challenged by opposing pawns as it tries to promote. This is the only move that works. It is best. This overlooks an opportunity to recapture a piece from a previous move. It is an inaccuracy. This captures a vulnerable knight. It is best. Sudden a close game that was lost by a mistake. White really outplayed black in that one. Both players had an amazing opening. White destroyed black in the middle game.